Yeah, I don't remember if I said I was 9, but it might have been how old I was. However old I was, a lot of years in a row, watching them play. So, yeah, I have a lot of memories, just being a fan of basketball in general. As a younger kid, like, I was a fan of the Warriors. So, I feel like you kind of pick a side, with those matchups. And I was a Warriors fan. Watching him growing up, it was crazy. So, it's been amazing just to be alongside, Klay Cap this year. See his leadership, just to, for him to just be out there every night, playing and, just being amazing for us. Obviously, he's been shooting the lights out, lately, and he's been really hot. So just gonna keep it going, and it's been such a pleasure, playing. Yeah, I mean, he just leads the example, just showing up, putting his work in, just giving us advice. I think that's been a big thing, from the start. So just giving me a lot of advice and making sure that I'm not putting too much pressure on myself or whatever it is, and just helping taking some of that load off. So he's been a good leader, a great vet. It's been a great year, getting to know him and being able to play alongside him. Yeah, I mean, leader or not, I just try to stay true to myself. I stick to my values and my principles, and if that can help the team and that's what guys can look at, then great. But for me, it's about just being myself, being vocal and letting that side of me come out. And we have a great group of guys, a lot of great personalities. So that's made it easy just for me to come out of my shell and be myself. Really just getting to know these guys. So it's been great. Just allowing me to be myself. And I said from the very start, my first press conference, just being an impact player, impacting the game in a lot of different ways. I don't think I've been rebounding it well enough lately or stuff like that, but just whatever it is, just impacting the game in a lot of different ways. There's always room to improve. It just made it so much easier for me to just get off it and give our guys advantages to go play 4-on-3. So they're gonna send a double. That's all we have to do. Just hit the open man and play advantage basketball. So I'm very happy to just throw one more and let them go play with advantage. No, just trusting the work, trusting the process, knowing that I'm very confident in myself and the way I can shoot the ball, and I got away from that to start the year, but gotta just stick with it. Get the extra reps, be confident, stay in the gym, and just not worry about anything else. Just gotta keep pursuing them. Sometimes it's luck of the draw or whatever. Balls don't bounce your way, but you gotta be able to hit guys and keep guys off the glass too. There's been a couple of times of just not boxing out and letting my man get some of the rebounds. So it's just that's definitely part of it. Yeah, just tied it up tighter, retaped it, and got back out there. Just rolling ankle like that, you just gotta kind of tighten it up and play through it. So they're both just super consistent, tough as well. I would say those two guys are probably our two toughest guys. So just being very consistent and showing up every single night, and being true professionals. So I think Najee's ability just to get in the paint, create, and then get to his spots as well has been huge. And obviously Max has been one of the leading 3-point shooters in the league this year. So just being really, really consistent for us, and what they do for us has been priceless on both sides of the ball. Those are probably, I would say, our two of our top defenders up there. With PJ as well. When they're all healthy. So they play at such a high level on both sides.